Member Ashraf Chowdhury.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate this call. You've chosen me for this call. Can I, first of all, congratulate Mr. Robertson for this bill? Because, Mr. Chairman, I'm probably one of the very few scientists in this House. And I'm a political scientist. No, not a political scientist, a real scientist. But, Mr. Speaker, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. Just hold on a moment. just give me time. Well, look, I've been doing science for about 26 years before I joined Parliament. And I must confess, I got a confession to make here, because as a scientist, as I was trained, I always thought this, scientists sort of a creature above everything else, and they did the science, and never really thought about the social science or humanities. I got to make that confession, because I thought scientists' job was to create machinery and to design something which will be useful as an economic tool and create wealth and all that, but never thought about that. It has social implications, particularly in humanity. And I must say that when I was doing this research on zero-tillage technology, I don't know if people are aware of that, but this is a technology which reduces the amount of tillage one needs to grow crops, right? So with this technology, we had, the benefits of this technology were that you could save fuel on the farm, you could save labor, you could save energy, you could save fertilizer, you could save, have benefits in terms of climate change. So there were a lot of benefits. But what we never really thought about was the social impact of this technology until about 15 years ago, we did a survey among farmers. Because the farmers who were using this technology, they, we asked them, what are the real benefit to the farmers? Because this technology is now used worldwide, all over the countries, and most farmers are using this technology for growing crops. And I was in Australia recently, in Western Australia, the zero-tillage technology has become a conventional technology because farmers are really benefiting. So we did a survey at Massey University to find out what real impact the farmers felt of this technology. And one of the top 3 impacts was that they had more time and they could spend this time actually going to play golf. And I thought to myself after this, feedback, well, look, the people do think about, social part of it. It's not just the, how beneficial it is in terms of saving fuel and saving fertilizers and growing more crop and all that, but actually impact on families. And this survey also suggested that the farmers suggested they could spend more time with their families and they could get out and play some golf. So, from that point onward, I sort of start thinking about, including the social sciences, if you like, the humanities part of work in my science. And we had a number of projects that I did overseas in terms of, New Zealand aid and USAID and UNDP work that I've done over the years. From that point onward, I made sure that every project has a part in it which had, impact, on social aspects of life, which is part of humanities, if you like. So I'm really delighted that this bill includes extending, if you like, the Royal Society's role as a provider helping with science and technology in terms of extending it to humanities. So I'm really pleased that after 134 years after its existence, that Mr. Robertson has come up with this bill that includes extending the Royal Society's function to include humanities. And I think this is very important, as Charles Chauvel earlier suggested, how many different organizations are working in the social arena which have never been considered as part of science work, if you like. And I think, these scientists, in my view, they need to be recognized and they should be made honorary fellows or fellows of the society. It's no different than the scientists and engineers, that these high achievers, if you like, in their own fields, that they should be, given the opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I call the